Do you ever feel an anxiety that you have to solve a cube over and over again to improve your times? Because if you don't, you won't get faster. You have this worry. If you stop cubing for a couple of days, your cubing times will punish you, and it seems you're in this hamster wheel of solving cubes and you won't get faster. What if I'm here to tell you that you never have to feel this again, because I discovered something that your cubing times improve much faster. I found a secret weapon, and every time I use it, it drops my cubing times. This led me to believe some of us are potentially getting cubing wrong. This whole thing started years ago. I was forcing myself to cube more often. Driven by this fear, I had to cube in order to get faster, until I realized this could not be the way I'm gonna spend my next years cubing. There has to be a better way. Until I finally realized, in order to improve my speed cubing times, I had to finally spend more time cubing. Cubing is my hobby, and I met countless people that share the same hobby as me. Stopping cubing was not an option. That's probably the best decision I made in cubing. I started to change my old algorithms to new and better ones. For this I used AlgDB to find new and better algorithms. After some practice, I started to see improvement, and even in my official competition, I started to get better. But there was another problem. I decided to set some rules for this new form of practicing. The first rule: if an algorithm never fits your turning style, or you mess up every time you get this case, change it or learn how to do it better. Second thing I changed is I started to practice to recognize cases faster in order to get faster, because some of my pauses between steps costed me about 2 or 3 seconds every single solve. The final step, I started to drill the algorithm as much as I can. I've been doing that for the last months now, and I saw significant change. Every week or so, I take some algorithms and practice them over and over again. The coolest thing about that, I started to see my cubing times improve even more. Finally, I found a way to improve. See, nobody picks up a Rubik's Cube for the first time or the second time and wins the world championship. In order to do that, you have to practice a ton, and you don't practice in a tournament, you do it before, so you can win it. The problem with cubing, if you only practice before a competition, you have to wait sometimes weeks or months in order to get to your next competition. It's no coincidence that by improving my algorithm, that suddenly my cubing times started to drop, which led me to think, while you might getting cubing wrong, there is no doubt that practicing cubing is important. Even if you are a newer cube, it's even more important to practice those skills. This is how you would learn the skills, but I also believe that so many of us are consumed by this fear of practicing cubing again and again. Otherwise, we could get much slower and lose our interest in cubing completely. Because of that focus, we forget that we have tons of quality cubing skills that we worked so hard on. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to see more.